there, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my free Friday card class. I call it First Friday card class. I do it live the first Friday of the month. This is the second time I'm doing it, so it was pretty popular last month, and I decided to keep doing it for a little bit and see how it goes. As long as it remains popular, I'll keep doing it. I like coming up with new projects for you guys every month. This month, I have 3 cards and a 3D project. I try to do about 4 projects a month. I like to do 3 cards and then throw a 3D item in there as well, because I know some people, I like 3D stuff, and I figured it'd be fun to kind of mix it up and show you how to make your own packaging for little gifties and things like that. So okay, so first thing, let's do a little admin stuff. So right now there's some great promotions going on. There's 2 different ways you can earn free product right now. So the first one is called Join Plus. So if you become a demonstrator and join my team between now and May 31st, you can get $155 worth of product for only $99, and you get free shipping and free business supplies included in your starter kit. It's a great deal. You get $56 worth of free product when you do that. Being a demonstrator, I really enjoy it. I enjoy meeting a lot of people, and I enjoy the 20% discount that I get on all my Stampin' Up! Products. So you get that all the time. The only time you wouldn't get a discount there's a few minimal things, like if you order business supplies or things like that. But most of the stuff that you order as a demonstrator, you get at least 20% off on your order. So it's really a great deal. So if you're interested, or you know somebody who's interested in getting a great discount on Stampin' Up! Products, send me an email at stampcampwithjen.com or at gmail.com, or call or text me at 240-578-5644, and feel free to ask any questions you would like. Another way to earn free stuff this month, and this is actually going on through June 14th, is if you place at least a $250 order. I know it's a lot of money, but if you do that, you get an extra $25 in Stampin' Rewards. So if you have a big order and you're like, man, I really can't spend that much money, get a friend or 2 and place an order all together, and then you guys could split up those extra Stampin' Rewards however you want to do it. You can host a party, and once your party sales reaches $250, then you'll get the extra Stampin' Rewards that way too. So there's lots of options. So you can always contact me if you are interested in that or have any questions about that. I'm always here for you guys. So you can see all the Steelers stuff in the background. My husband's a big Steelers fan. I share this room that's his computer stuff, and then all my craft stuff is over here. So, okay, let me see. I wrote a couple things down. I want to make sure. Oh, if you haven't yet liked and followed me on Facebook, or gone over to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button on there and hit the bell so you don't miss a video, and if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter yet, please do that. I send my newsletter out every Friday morning. There's news about Stampin' Up! There's news about anything that I have going on. Hi, Sue. Welcome. I see Mary Ellen's on too. Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning. But every Friday morning I send out my newsletter, and actually next week I'm sending out my monthly free subscriber project. Once a month I include a free project. It's usually a card, but that's exclusive only to my newsletter subscribers. So make sure you go sign up for that if you haven't already. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. I'm going to explain how class works. So basically I'm going to go through all these projects with you, and I'm going to show you how to put them together from your kit. So I pre-cut a couple of kits, and I'm going to show you exactly how to put everything together if you were to get the kits for free. And it's pretty self-explanatory how to put the cards together as well, but I'm going to make sure to walk through everything with you. Oh, hi Barb, welcome from North Dakota. Wow. But it's probably warming up out there, isn't it? And Montana. Those are usually very chilly. It's hot here in Florida. I got my car the other day. It said it was 105. I was in the garage, but still, it cooled down to 98, I think, when I went out of the garage. It was crazy, but okay, anyway, so I'm going to get to the cards. I'm going to show you how to put everything together. So if you want to get these kits for free, all you have to do is you place a minimum $35 order with my May host code. It's on my blog. Oh gosh, snow in North Dakota tomorrow. Whew, that's crazy. Well, stay safe, Barb, because snow is no joke, and the ice that comes with it when everything melts and refreezes, I completely understand. So, okay. Anyway, so back to the cards. So if you're going to order the kits, or if you want to get the pre-cut kits, you place an order by Tuesday, May 11th at midnight Easter time. Get your order in. Make sure to use that host code so that I know that you want the kits. If your order is at least $35 and you use my May host code, you'll get these make and take kits for free. I'll mail them to you on Wednesday. And if you bump your order up to $50, you'll also get my monthly free gift if you haven't earned that yet. And this month, my free gift is the pastel pearls, which are very pretty, very popular. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and show you guys exactly what we're going to be making. So give me 1 second here. And I'm going to show you exactly what you need for the class as well, so that you're all ready to go. And sometime tonight, probably around in the next couple hours, I will post the replay again. I will post it on my blog and on my YouTube channel. And on my blog, I will have the PDF tutorials that have all the cut dimensions in the for all the cards and for the 3D project. And you'll be able to go back and watch the replay later as well, so that if you need to go back and make the cards, you can do that at your leisure. Okay, so for this class, we are using the fun Pansy Petals suite, the Pansy Patch bundle. So you don't need the bundle, you just need the stamp set. But I always recommend getting the bundle because you get 10% savings. But you really only need the stamp set. And then you're gonna need, let's see, Blackberry Bliss, the new Polished Pink, and the new Fresh Freesia, and your Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. Those are the inks that you'll need. And then I recommend some sort of adhesive. I will be using Stampin' Seal, but I understand not everybody likes Stampin' Seal, or it's hard to use, so you could always use, let's see, mine are kind of dirty looking. You can always use your multi-purpose liquid glue. And then you will also need a sheet of dimensionals. We're gonna pop up a few things in our projects here today. Okay, so again, if you need $35 for your order, this Pansy Patch stamp set is $25. And then you could order, like say you have Blackberry Bliss and Tuxedo Black ink, but you need the Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink. These together they're $7.50 each, so that would be $15 plus $25. So there's your $40 right there if you were to order all three of these for your projects, and then you get the kits for free. Because like I said, I pre-cut everything. I pre-cut the paper. You have everything you need except for the ink, the stamp, and what else? I think that's it. The inks and the stamps, and then adhesive you'll need too. That's right. So you can't get the suite right now. So the reason why you can't get the suite is because those gorgeous bumblebees are on back order. They are not in right now, but they are expected back in the week of May 31st. So as soon as they come back in, I will be sure to let you know. And then once those come back in, the suite should be available. But because those bumblebees aren't available, that's why you can't get the suite right now. Okay. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is this Pansy Patch bundle at the 10% savings is $51.25. So if you just wanted to order the bundle, that would bump you up to get the monthly free gift as well as the make and takes. Okay. All right. enough admin stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff, the card making. So the first card we're going to make is this fun background card. Very sweet, very simple. I love this paper. The gingham is gorgeous with the flowers. It reminds me of like quilting and patchwork. So I really enjoyed putting these together. I thought it was so cool. So when you get your kits, you're going to get, it's all going to come like this. You're going to have everything pre-cut in there. And you see you have that little bumblebee. So be careful when you open it not to lose your bumblebee. Set it somewhere where you're not going to lose it, okay? And again, like I said, on my blog, we're going to have the dimensions for everything. It's going to be on there so you can remake these again. So this is from the Layered Circles dies, which are still current. And if you're looking at your dies, I cut where the solid lines are. The top left, the second largest one, is that circle that you're going to need to die cut, okay? And we just did that in basic white. And then you have 4 different strips. And if you notice, these are actually the same. So you could, if you wanted to, you could play around, maybe use the other side or use one of each. It really doesn't matter. You could do that with these too. I just really like the gingham. Gingham is so much fun to me and screams spring and summer. So I thought these were really fun. All right, so we have our envelope. We have our basic white card base. And then the new soft succulent. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so to put our card together, it's really simple. So we're gonna start with our smaller of the pansy strips. And when we adhere it, we're just gonna adhere it, leave maybe like a 1/4 inch strip at the bottom there. I'll adjust my light a little bit so you can see this. I realize it's a little dark. There we go. I think that'll help. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some Stampin' Seal, but again, use liquid glue, your favorite adhesive of choice. And I cut these just wide enough to go across and fit perfectly end to end there. Okay, so next we're gonna grab our gingham and we're gonna grab the bigger of the gingham. And again, I'm gonna use Stampin' Seal on the back and we're just gonna leave a little sliver of soft succulent peeking through there. We're gonna almost butt them right up to each other, but not quite. And then we're gonna grab the bigger strip of the pansies. And again, I'm using Stampin' Seal. And I'm gonna butt it right up against there, just leaving a little teensy strip. Oh, and I have my bumblebee here, see? I was telling you guys, make sure, don't lose that bumblebee if you get your kits. And I need to make sure I don't lose my bumblebee. Okay, again, just leaving a little strip here. Perfect. And now I'm just gonna take this, making sure that my card is opening up in the right direction. And I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that right to the card base. I love this suite too because it uses a lot of the new in colors, so you really get like a preview of all the new in colors. So you're gonna have a little bit of a frame, so just center that. Now, for our circle, we are gonna grab our polished pink. And we're using the sentiment, wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. Now, when you stamp it, you wanna stamp it towards the top here because we want a little bit of space for that bumblebee at the bottom. So I'm going to stamp it towards the top here. Use even pressure. Voila. And then to adhere our bumblebee, we're just gonna take a glue dot. Oh, by the way, this thing is great. I bought this at Michael's. It's like a tape dispenser that you put your glue dots in. I really enjoy it. I love that I can just tear off as many glue dots as I want. So I'm just taking my bumblebee and putting that glue dot on the back of my bumblebee. And I'm just gonna have him kind of go in sideways there. And then, see, just like that, and he fills up that little space on the bottom. It's so cute. And then we're gonna take some dimensionals and put them all around. Don't be afraid to use up those dimensionals. We want a flat circle, not a wonky circle. And we are gonna put this. So you're just gonna kind of center it between the strips over to the side here. Just like that. And there's our first card. How cute. All right, so now let's move on to the second card. So the second card is, this is my like fun fold card, I guess. It's actually a little pocket card, and this piece comes out of the pocket. And there's actually no gluing to keep it shut. You tie the ribbon in the little bow to keep it shut. And then I actually, instead of stamping, I use the dies that coordinate with the paper and the bundle to cut out this pansy. So that will be in your kit already as well. So as we can see, you have everything right here. You got that Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon, that little pansy. I love that Blackberry Bliss ribbon. I'm already on my second spool of it. I've used it so much. I really enjoy it. Okay, so you're gonna have two gingham pieces, a little strip and a 4x4 square. This is the basic white strip that we're gonna stamp the sentiment onto. We're gonna have that die cut pansy. And then you're gonna have this fresh freesia card base that's gonna be folded in half, and then you're gonna actually fold this lip down and use your bone folder to crease it. Okay, and you'll have your envelope in your kit as well. Okay, so on our card base here, the little strip goes on the lip here. So use whatever adhesive you like. Isn't that fun? I like the background on this one too, because it reminds me of like 90s patterns a lot. I don't know, I'm a 90s kid, I guess. I grew up in the 90s, so some of these patterns, they remind me a lot of my childhood. Sarah Douglas really isn't that much older than me, so I really connect with a lot of the stuff that she does, because I think, well, I don't know for sure, but I think she probably has quite a heavy hand in picking out some of the stuff. And I can see where her influence comes in as a fellow 90s kid growing up around the same age. Okay, so we put those strips on. We put the 4x4 square underneath, and then the little strip, this is 1x4 up here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Blackberry Bliss ribbon that's included in the kit. And like I said, there's no gluing or anything. We're just gonna slide it around the lip here, and we are gonna tie a bow. And I have some, I love these tweezers. These are reversible tweezers. So you actually squeeze and it opens up. And I use these all the time when I'm making bows as like a third hand to hold my bow. You could, of course, double knot it if you wanted to, but I like to use that to hold my ribbon in place while I'm tying a knot. There we go. And then you can just take that off and kind of fiddle with it and trim it down as you need to. And actually, I tied it pretty well where I really only have to trim one side here. That never happens. And then you can also move it, since it's not really glued to anything. Like if your bow's a little too far over to one side, you can just kind of snug it over. Okay, and then we're gonna take the little, I was gonna call this a poppy, but it's pansy here. And we're going to put some dimensionals on it. What I like to do, I actually like to put my dimensionals on the top, like right above and right below my ribbon, so it keeps my ribbon in place and keeps it from sliding out of place, if I can here. Let's see. So I'm just putting 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom because the top portion's a little bit bigger, and I'm actually going to kind of tilt it just a little bit off to the side. There, okay. And then we have our little pocket here, and we need to put our greeting up at the top. So what, oh, let's move that little tail there, he's kind of in the way. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and also I have a little tip for you. With these photopolymer stamps, sometimes they don't get a really good image if you try to stamp right on it. You can use a Stampin' Pierce mat, which I'm gonna order in my next order. I don't have one, or you can use one of these silicone foam mats, and you can put your paper on it, and then it gives a little bit of, like, gives your paper a little bit of give, if that makes sense, so that when you stamp, it stamps into something kind of cushiony and kind of helps get you a better impression when you stamp. So we're going to use A Little Hello from Me to You, and I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss ink. You could actually use fresh freesia too. I just thought the Blackberry Bliss ink really popped because it's a little bit darker color here. So ink that up really well, and we're just going to center it towards the top and press down with even pressure. Very nice. And then we're gonna slide that into our pocket. And there you go, fun little pocket card. Isn't that nice? That would be a great way to just say hello to somebody. You have, I know down here in Central Florida, I live near the Villages, and a lot of people leave for the summer, so I think that would be a nice way to kind of let somebody know that you miss them while they're vacationing in their summer homes or wherever they go over the summertime. So those are really nice. All right, so that's card number 2. And then card number 3 is another fun background card. I really enjoyed this one. This one truly reminds me of a quilt, so I really like this one a lot. I had a lot of fun playing around with this one. All right, so in our kit, again, everything's pre-cut. But again, if you want to make a bunch of these, you'll be able to go to stampcampwithjen.com, and I'll have the complete PDF tutorials with the picture of the project and all of the dimensions for everything. So you'll have your 4 pieces of cardstock that's pre-cut, and your circle for this one is from the Layering Circles dies as well, and I cut, if you're looking at the solid circles, the top left biggest circle is what this one is, okay? And then I used a basic white card base again. I'm just gonna crease that a little bit more. Okay, so for this one, we are going to put, it's kind of like a little puzzle, which I think is fun. Who got into puzzles over COVID, right? You know, when COVID started and everybody was sitting at home and you're trying to find something to do, we bought, I think it was like a 500-piece puzzle of a kitten sitting in grass, and it took us forever to put it together. We would come to it and put a couple little pieces together and go back to it later. My husband was really good at it. My son and I would go cross-eyed looking at it. I think it took us a week to put the whole thing together, but the grass was the hardest part with all those colors and shades. But so what you're going to do is, this is how it's going to look. So you're going to have a little bit of a frame all the way around and a little bit of a frame in between each of the pieces. So what I like to do is I like to do the corners, like the bigger sections first. I think that's easier to kind of position it, and then fill it in with the smaller pieces. So that's what I'm going to do. So if it helps you to kind of position it and then move it away like that, so you don't forget which piece goes in which area, I highly recommend that, because we all know I can get forgetful, and I would put the wrong side on or put it in the wrong section and get frustrated. So pre-planning is never a bad idea. Actually, I'm just going to go around in a circle. That helps sometimes too. You just try to line it up with that top line there. Maybe I should take up sewing. Yeah, I think I should. My spare time, Mom, I'll take up sewing. How about that? You do too good of a job. I couldn't do nearly as good of a job as you. all your cute little bags that you make. This woman made me a makeup bag out of a dish, what was it, a dishwasher mat, a dish drying mat. And it was so cute. I didn't even know it was a dish drying mat until she told me later. We were at Hobby Lobby and she said, oh, that's what I made your bag out of. It's so cute though, you would have never known. It just looks like padded quilting fabric that she used. All right, so see, little puzzle, put our little pieces together, and then we're gonna do some fun stamping, and it's just gonna go right in the center there. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm actually gonna do these posies first. There is a little stamp that you can stamp the little center, but I thought it looked kind of cute without it. So I just stuck to two stamps, the little outline and the posy border. So what I did for this one is I just stamped Fresh Freesia at full strength, and then I went over in Blackberry Bliss. But I was kind of playing earlier with it, and you could also do stamp off in the Fresh Freesia and then do the full strength in the Fresh Freesia outline there. So I think I might actually do that for this one so you can kind of see the difference. So we'll start with Fresh Freesia. Let me get a scrap piece of paper for my stamping. And that's called, I think, second generation stamping is what it's called when you, or stamping off. So we're gonna stamp off onto a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm gonna stamp them towards the bottom at an angle so that they stamp inward towards each other. I'm gonna do my best to line it up. It's kind of hard because my head's gonna hit the camera, I think. All right, it's pretty good. And now we're just gonna use the outline, and we're gonna do full strength, and we're going to line up. Let's see if I can show you. So you just try to line up the edges of the flower. I can't do it with that camera right above me. Can you guys? No, you can't see that. So you just line up the edges, and you can get it stamped right above there. Let's see if I can do it. There. Oh, that's not bad. Considering I like to be right above my stamps when I'm stamping down on something, so that wasn't bad at all. All right, and then the little sentiment we're using is the little things you do make such a big difference. Pastel pearl in the middle, ooh, or bling, yep. I like the way you guys think. You can never have too much bling. So we're gonna stamp this right in the center towards the top. And those pastel pearls are free with your $50 purchase this month. So let's grab one. All right, so I'll let you guys pick. I have opal rounds here. Or pastel pearls. Or just a rhinestone. What do you think? Let's see, I could do, yeah, I think a rhinestone would be really pretty. The pearls might be a little big. They're pretty, but I think they're just a little big for the center. I think a rhinestone, if you're gonna do anything, would probably be the perfect size for that because it fits right in that center perfectly, those small ones. So if you're gonna add some bling, I think that is the right size for it. But I think we're just gonna leave it plain for now. I know I'm a little boring, but that's okay, because I want to show you how to put it together with the kits. So, all right, so now all we have to do is put our million dimensionals on the back to make sure that it stands up like it's supposed to. We don't want a wonky circle. Wobbly, wonky circles are no fun. Pastel pearls. Black or yellow what, Mom? Pastel pearls are pretty, Carol, you're right. I just think they might be a little big for those centers. All right, so we're gonna put those right in the center, and that's it. Easy peasy. And this would be a good Mother's Day card, or oh yeah, they have the black centers, you're right. I have those black dots too. These matte black dots, the small ones might fit. You could also, oops, one that just fell right off there. So that's another idea. You could put the little matte black dots in the center. All right, but like I said, I'm just gonna leave these plain, but you guys have a lot of great ideas. Okay, so there's the third card. Super simple, super fun, quick and easy. You can make a bunch of these and send them to people to let them know you appreciate them. I know Teacher Appreciation Week, I think, was this week, so I might give one of these to my son's teacher for all the hard work that she does. She does a great job. My son loves his teacher. She's so sweet, and they have a great time in class. So, all right, so here's the 3D project. Super fun, this little box. So I will not be mailing anything for you to put in the box. I am just going to be mailing you the box and everything to put it together, okay? But like I said, all the dimensions will be on my blog, okay? So I'm going to show you, I cut the paper down ahead of time, but I'm going to show you how to score it and how to make the little, what was that little thumb grabby hole? It's a technical term, right? All right. So I have my Simply Scored here, and I already have my fresh freesia paper that I've cut down, and we are going to score. Let's see, I'll make sure you guys can see this. I always have so much stuff on my desk. Let's see here. All right, let's move this down so you can see. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so on the short side, we are going to score at 1.5. Oops. And 4 3/4 right up here. Okay. Oops. That's okay. I do that sometimes. It's like I press too hard down, it doesn't stay in the track, but that's okay. We can make sure that that's on the inside so nobody sees it. And then on the long side here, we're gonna score at 1 inch. And again, this will all be pre-scored for you if you get the kits in the mail, so you don't have to worry, but I will have all the dimensions in the PDFs so that you can remake them. All right, 4 1/4, so 1 inch, 4 1/4, 5 3/4, and 9 inches. Okay. And there is your template. So I need to turn a light or something on. The sun's going down here and everything's getting really dark. There we go. That might help a little bit. Oops. Okay. So this is your basic template. And now what I did, I know this is retired, but I have my 1.5 inch circle punch. And you'll notice on this template, one end is shorter than the other. So what you want to do is you want to look for the fatter end, and that is going to be the end that you take your little 1.5 inch circle punch and you just cut that little half moon so it helps you grab the box and makes it easier for you to open the box, okay? And then in our little kit, so I have one that I already cut. I'm just gonna use that one so I don't have any waste, but I'm gonna show you. And the template, the cutting template will be in the PDF as well. But so if you line this up, the smaller tab here is actually where you're gonna cut away. You're gonna angle the ends here and cut those away. Angle this other tab, angle the smaller, oops, sorry, you can't see that. You're gonna angle these tabs, pretty much all of them, except for where this half moon is, that little section, you're gonna leave those straight. Those are the only ones that you're gonna leave straight. Everything else is angled. And then this side, these two corners are cut away and angled, okay? All right, so now what I'm gonna do, so this box, I'm gonna make sure that I have everything on the score lines. I didn't burnish everything and crease it with my bone folder just yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This is actually the one I used to take the picture that's in the PDF so that you can see how to cut everything down. Okay. And this one, okay. So the smaller tab with the little corners, this is actually the lip that goes into the box. Now we are going to take these short tabs, we're gonna fold them in, and we're gonna put Stampin' Seal Plus or liquid glue on these tabs. I'm gonna use liquid glue just because it gives you a minute to kind of shift everything. So we're gonna put liquid glue on these tabs, and I'm just gonna fold it up and line up the edge with the end of my tab here, and do the same thing on this side. And again, it just gives you a couple seconds. If you're confident and brave enough, you could use tear and tape or Stampin' Seal Plus if you know that you're not gonna need that wiggle room, but I always like to have that extra couple seconds to kind of move things around if I need to. And those teeny little tabs are just going on the inside there. So you'll see we're just lining the edge with the crease, rubbing it all around to make sure there's no globs of glue. Oops. I'll just hold that in place for a second. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And just rub that around, rub it in place. Okay, and then now the box, these little tabs will fold in and it'll close like that. Isn't that cute? So you could put a gift card in here, you could put candy. I forgot to grab it before I came back here, but the Dollar Tree sells a little bag of like Hershey Kisses or Werther's or something, some little candies. You could probably put that whole bag in here. It's a pretty good size box. So, all right. Now for our decoration here, you will have this gorgeous glitter organdy, black organdy ribbon. We're going to use that. Oh, let me put my glue away. And then I used the heart punch pack, and I punched out the solid heart in fresh freesia and a scalloped heart in black. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal and adhere those together real quick. And then this is that, remember that purple gingham that we use? This is that back side that I said reminds me of 90s patterns from being a 90s child. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere that. This is the pattern paper, I believe, is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the black square is 3 inches, and the black square is 3 inches by 3 inches. Oops. We're just going to center that. Okay. And then I should have done this before I put the box on, but that's not a big deal. And we're just going to center, this is going to go on the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on real quick. Oops. we are just gonna center this on the lid like that. Okay, and so for the stamping for this one, this is where that tuxedo black memento ink comes into play. And here it is. And then I'm gonna grab my little silicone sheet, like I said, since we're using that photopolymer stamp to stamp on the back or on the heart. And this one says "Love You Much," and we're just gonna ink that up in tuxedo black memento ink, and we're gonna center it towards the top here. Perfect. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, so at this point, this is where you would put your candy, gift card, whatever in here, and then you're gonna close it up. And then we're gonna take our ribbon and we're gonna tie a bow around the box, and we're actually gonna keep the bow kind of over to the right-hand side here. Okay, and I might need to get my tweezers out again. I love those things. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna grab my tweezers and hold my ribbon in place. And then just like tying your shoes, just do a loop, swoop, and pull. That's how we taught my nephew and my son how to tie their shoes. I will never get that out of my head. Loop, swoop, pull, loop, swoop, pull. That's what we used to tell them all the time. We can take our tweezers out there and cut our ribbon down just a little bit. Teensy bit. Okay. And then, again, it's not glued down, so if it's up a little bit too high, you just wiggle it down. And then I'm actually gonna put some dimensionals on here, and I'm gonna center it, and that's all we have left to do for our heart. So I like to put one in each hump and then one at the point at the bottom of the heart. Okay. And right there. Isn't that cute? I love how that came out. It's a little bit different. It's not as flowery as the rest of the projects, but I really liked it. I thought that was really fun. So, all right, guys. So just to recap, here are all of the projects that we did today. Let me make sure they're in the camera so you can see them. Okay. So we made these 4 cards today, and I hope you really enjoyed it and you had a lot of fun. Remember, if you want to get these kits, place a minimum of 35, or you can bump it up to $50 order and use my May host code. 35 minimum to get the kits, but if you bump it up to 50, you'll get the kits and my monthly free gift if you haven't earned that yet. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make a lot of these and send them out to your friends and family and loved ones. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And until next time, guys, I hope you stay safe and have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day, too, to all you moms out there. All right. Bye, guys. Be safe.